Organized labor and the civil rights movement is like a glove on a hand. We go together. We learn from you and you learn from us.
So let us link arms as brothers and sisters, united and determined to put an end to the war against workers and the unjust harassment of Latino workers and their families. Let's join forces with an unshakable spirit of solidarity for jobs and economic justice. Let's reach out to one another and build a great multicultural coalition on a scale never before seen in this nation. And we're not going to be turned around by any detractors.
They passed House Bill 194, which is the voter suppression. And so by September 30th, we've got to get 231,000 signatures on petitions to get that on the ballot, or that voter suppression goes into effect 2012. And we can't have that for the 2012 election. We've got to have people have the right to vote.
You mentioned one fella who had fallen on particularly hard times. What happened with him?
Well, yeah, he lost his house, and at the time he was going through a divorce, so it was very hard on him. And then there was one of the business reps actually seen him panhandling in the subways, and he had to bring him in, talk to him, and he found him a job. But the fact that he was out there panhandling, you know, says a lot.
This is the kind of thing that's happening in this country, the United States of America, in 2011. This is not 1950, folks. It's starting to look a lot like the 1930s.
So our fiscal bureau, Legislative Fiscal Bureau, which is a nonpartisan bureau in the state, estimated that over the next 10 years, there will be $2.3 billion in tax cuts for the wealthy and loopholes for corporations. But our state is broke.
There are simply very few strong organized voices now speaking up for the poor and working people. And you know, this is the context in which we're having the political conversation that we're having now in Washington, which seems utterly detached from the social and economic reality out in the labor market.
Right.
I think as Dr. Berry said, now is the time to make noise. We need to be that squeaky wheel. Especially the undocumented youth, we need to come out and, like we're doing, declaring ourselves undocumented and unafraid, and really hitting the streets, protests, and as Dr. King really stressed, direct action.
We've really been encouraging groups around the country who are locally and state-based groups working on behalf of the LGBT community to look around, join the local coalition on tax policy. Join the local coalition fighting for immigration rights, so that what we want to make sure that people are doing are making the connections between the issues.
Those Verizon workers who went on strike, they took major risks to be on strike at a time when the economy is so bad, when it's so easy for employers and major private sector corporations like Verizon, easy for them to say, well, forget it. Like, there are plenty of other people who want jobs here. So it's important for us, for ordinary people, to see that it's not just about fighting for what we have, but it's about pushing the envelope. We're not just trying to hold the line here. We're actually trying to move the line.